being invested and what they can expect with them. And that goes also for our employees and those that work with the City of Montgomery, whom we are grateful. But I want to start, before I get into my budget message, that's going to be the only part of the message tonight, by just recognizing our public safety, in particular our police department. No, Chief Albert is not here at the moment, but I do want to thank our police department for how they responded to the incident that took place downtown on the riverfront last week. After getting tens of millions of views, showing us again the power of social media, I want to thank our men and women at Montgomery Police Department, not only for how they responded to everything down there, but how they went about the methodical investigation that was subsequent to the actions that took place. I think everything with the media scrutiny as well as the public scrutiny that was on that is not very easy to do, but those who are not familiar with it will think it is. But I commend the leadership and I commend each and every person that was involved in that for the due diligence and the time spent and the professionalism that was done. I think it showed in not only what was presented to the public, but most importantly, how the investigation proceeded itself. It's very easy to ignore and overlook those type of things when things go well, but when things go wrong, everyone wants to highlight. And so just another example with the bright lights and a lot of scrutiny of how our police department conducted itself, and I think that's something for not only those of us that are elected to be appreciative of, but I also think it's something that the community should be proud of as well, because those things have not always happened like that in other cities, and so we're proud of the great work that was done there. So thank you again for the response and for the professionalism that's been exhibited in that entire ordeal and what continues to be an active investigation. That said, I will move right along to our fiscal year 2024 budget message, which is filled with good news. And that's something else for, I think, all of us, City Council, and for this administration to be proud of. It's not all the time that the mayor can present this type of news, but this is something that I think the public can be proud of, and I think those of us who work in the administration can be proud of as well. And so, to the members of the City Council, Mr. President, it's my pleasure to come before you as the Mayor of the City of Montgomery to present this 2024 budget message. I come before you to present a balanced budget for your consideration and adoption. Because of fiscal year 2022 growth from a few revenue sources, namely sales and use tax, business licenses, and lodging tax, the city was able to handle some costly emergency needs. Some of those needs included landfill equipment repairs, dry docking for the riverboat for engine repairs and or replacement, park improvements, and purchasing of rolling stock for many city departments. Additionally, the city was able to assist with the shortfall of revenue for the newest city venue that opened last month, that is Montgomery Whitewater. More importantly, the city participated in bringing new economic development to the city that required monetary incentives. The most recent companies located in Montgomery will bring more than $1.7 billion in new capital investment and approximately 2,000 new great paying jobs. This is a significant accomplishment for all of us, and again, one that the community should be proud of to lead the state in job growth in 2022. The current budget year began on October the 1st, 2022, and revenue has continued to grow in sales and use taxes, ad valorem taxes, business licenses, and lodging tax revenues. The current year's revenue includes positive growth based on actual revenue collected through January 31st and forecasted through September 30th, 2023. As the current fiscal year will close on September 30th, the city's sales and use tax revenue is projected to remain stable at almost 6% over the previous year. Because of projected revenue growth and underspend of budget by some departments, I would say savings by some departments, the city will be able to pay for much needed audio and lighting improvements at facilities such as Crampton Bowl, upgrade parks and recreational facilities, and even improving alarm systems at various city buildings. And those are just a few of the items that we have invested in. Finally, projected savings from the general fund will support the purchase of various departmental equipment needs. For example, computers, copiers, and again, rolling stock. This administration continues to take a proactive approach when constructing the general fund operating and debt service budget. That approach is no different for fiscal year 2024, whereby zero-based budgeting is used in ensuring that employee positions are funded to provide for the needs of those we serve, the citizens of our great city. Being proactive is very important when hiring and retaining qualified employees, in particular in this job environment. Whether it's public sector or private sector, there's a fierce competition for talented employees and talented team members. City department leaders will continue to fill vacancies due to this administration ensuring that the salaries of employee positions remain competitive with both public sector as well as private sector. And this administration knows that continuing to be competitive with salaries will assist the city in hiring and retaining qualified employees. It is my belief that we have been able to be more competitive due to the pay adjustment that was implemented in fiscal year 2022. I am truly thankful for the resiliency shown by our teammates, our employees citywide, to ensure that services are provided to the citizens of Montgomery that they have become acclimated to receive. We still have employees who are working above normal work schedules to ensure that services are being provided to citizens, not just in any one department, such as public safety or public works, but throughout the entire city. Due to the shortfall in some departments to fill vacancies, this administration has been proactive in taking various measures to provide those services to its citizens, whether that has been outreach to other neighboring communities, or whether that be signing short-term private contracts to assist us in our load. Next, I'm going to present to you what is in the fiscal year 2024 proposed operating and debt service budget. Now first, this proposed budget has a pay increase included in it for all city employees. This increase is due to a pay study that was completed in April to ensure that the city's employees were being paid an equitable wage for the services they provide to the city of Montgomery. The personnel department recalculated all pay grades on the current pay plan, starting at step 1 of each pay grade, with a 3% increase and compounding each step through step 15. Secondly, although early into the budgeting process, it didn't appear that the city would be able to afford both a pay increase and an employee merit raises. However, it has been projected that since certain revenue sources are continuing to show stable growth, the merit raises have been included in the budget. And that's on top of, again, the pay increases. So just as pay increases for the entire city workforce will allow the city to remain competitive for hiring and retaining employees, so will the merit raises for those employees who are then eligible. If merit raises are not included in the budget, employee salaries will lag behind salaries of comparable positions in government and the private sector. Finally, increased allotments have been included in this budget for various agencies that provide needed and valuable services to the citizenry of Montgomery. Increases are also included that will bring more economic development to our city. So let me explain to you how the city can afford the increases in this proposed budget. The city is still seeing revenue growth in various revenue streams, and it is projected that the revenue growth will continue to be stable during the upcoming budget year. Also, due to debt restructuring in the prior year, the city is still benefiting from lowering the total debt and not having any short-term debt that has to be serviced. The long-term debt in this budget is approximately $22 million, which is significantly less when compared to $35 million or more in previous years. Consequently, the increase in revenue plus debt savings will support the increases in this proposed budget. The grants department, created by this administration, has been able to procure grant funding to offset not only the department's operating budget, but also that of the Office of Violence Prevention. The availability of grant funding lowers additional increases to the general fund budget for these two departments alone. Additionally, there's an interfund transfer amount that is less than 2% of the total budget. These funds are from special revenue funds that can be used in the general fund to offset the cost of debt service payments. Sales and use tax revenues constitute approximately 50% of the proposed budget. The overall increase in this revenue stream year over year is 6%. Nearly 34% of the revenue is derived from ad valorem taxes, business licenses, and sanitation fees. The remaining 16% comes from lodging taxes, rental taxes, and various miscellaneous revenues. Today, I am presenting to you a balanced general fund and debt service operating budget that is $21.6 million more than the current year's budget, which again includes a pay adjustment, merit raises, and accompanying fringe benefits such as FICA/Medicare, retirement, and health insurance expenditures. The percentage increase for all departmental operating budgets is 9.1% more than the current year's budget. Those city council members who attended the budget meetings heard cabinet members and department leaders express their concerns for hiring more staff in order to continue providing high standards of services that are paid for and rightly expected by our residents. Thank you for your observations and comments that help with the composition of this budget. As you know, all departments presented increased budgets for staffing and various other operational needs, resulting in an overall increase of nearly 7.5% in the total fiscal year 2024 proposed budget over the current year's budget. It is projected that revenue collected in the city in the current year will provide an additional increase to our fund balance, otherwise known as our reserves, that will help the city grow its savings so they can be better prepared for emergency situations. Plus, increasing the reserve will keep the city in a good posture to maintain or even upgrade it by bond rating agencies. I want to spend a few minutes acknowledging the hard work that allowed us to get to this point. Our cabinet members, department leaders, and their staff members spent a lot of time over the course of the last few months preparing zero-based budgets and evaluating their operations down to the smallest details in order to prepare this for your review. Many thanks to every employee for their hard and often difficult work that they do each and every day to provide best-in-class services to the residents of this city. Again, I offer my sincerest thanks to all of our city employees for their hard work and dedication to the pursuit of our purpose to restore and be a more responsive government and to enhance lives, businesses, and our overall communities. Also, deserving of our thanks are those employees who spent many long days and weekends preparing this final budget document. Chief Financial Officer Betty Beeville and her staff in the Finance Department have worked relentlessly projecting revenues and screening expenditures, answering a lot of questions, emails, and texts regarding the fiscal year 2024 proposed budget. And this administration is continuing to move ahead to build a better Montgomery for all residents where everyone can live, learn, and earn. My plan is to stay the course and to move forward until that plan becomes a reality. In conclusion, the proposed fiscal year 2024 general fund and debt service budget being presented to you today is $311,308,522 for your approval. I have confidence that this proposed budget will allow the city to move forward in building a better Montgomery. Thank you, and sincerely yours, Stephen L. Reed, Mayor. Mr. President, that concludes my message.
Very good.
Thank you.
This will be put on the agenda for the 5th of September for a public hearing. At that time, we'll have a public hearing on the budget, and then after that, the council will have a work session on this issue. Then it'll be on the council's agenda for vote on the second meeting of September. Okay?
Yes.
Madam Clerk, you got it?
Yes, sir.
Very good. All right. William Green to speak to the council on Christian believers. Good afternoon, William.
Hey, good afternoon.
Ex-council.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Make sure you give one to the mayor, too.
Good evening, everybody. Mayor, council, women. I'm a little nervous, even though I've been here several years, but anyway.
That's all right.
Good afternoon to the members of the Montgomery City Council and Mayor Reed. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. We present this petition to the city of Montgomery, Alabama to fly the Christian flag for 1 month. Our city of Montgomery has a remarkable history, especially during the civil rights movement. Christianity played a pivotal role in advocating for justice and equality. Today we have an opportunity to honor that legacy by declaring the month of September American Christian Heritage Month. It is a symbol of faith, it represents religious freedom, it presents positive values, it provides a community identity, it celebrates our heritage, and it presents an opportunity for prayer and reflection. Therefore, I present the following resolution to the city of Montgomery, Alabama. Now, you all have the full resolution and you see it up on the screen. I'm not going to read all of it because I know I'm limited to only 3 minutes, but I'll read some excerpts from it. Whereas religious faith was not only important in American life during the periods of discovery, exploration, colonization, and growth, but has also been acknowledged and incorporated into all 3 branches of American federal government from the very beginning. And whereas the Supreme Court of the United States affirmed this self-evident fact in a unanimous ruling declaring this is a religious people from the discovery of this continent to the present hour, there is a single voice making this affirmation. And I'm skipping forward. Whereas in Shurtleff versus City of Boston, Massachusetts, the United States Supreme Court unanimously rejected a city's attempt to censor religious speech based on Lemon and the endorsement test. And whereas in Kentucky, the United States Supreme Court noted that respect for religious expressions is indispensable to life in a free and diverse republic, and rejected the notion that the Establishment Clause compels the government to purge from the public sphere anything an objective observer can reasonably infer endorses or partakes of the religious. Whereas by declaring American Christian Heritage Month and displaying a flag in honor of this heritage, the city of Montgomery seeks to remember its past and recognize the positive impact of Christianity upon the heritage of our nation and our city, including during the civil rights movement, connected our past with our present, and continue the values that define us as a community and a beacon of freedom to the rest of the world. Therefore be it resolved that the month of September each year is designated as American Christian Heritage Month to recognize the many positive impacts of Christian religious beliefs on America's heritage and the freedoms Americans of all faith and backgrounds enjoy today. Resolved that the city of Montgomery shall fly during the entire month of September the flag of the United States on alternating flagpoles owned by the city of Montgomery, and in between these flags, the city shall fly a flag with white field with a red Latin cross inside a blue canton, and be it further resolved that the rich spiritual and diverse religious heritage of our nation from its founding to the current day be affirmed, and be it further resolved that any effort to remove, obscure, or purposely omit such heritage from our city's public buildings and educational resources be rejected in the strongest manner. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, one question. What's
Yes, sir.
the next step on this? Do you all vote for it, or how does it work?
I don't know how you deal with this. I mean,
Yeah,
we can put it on as agenda item and
Someone just needs to sponsor the
you
resolution.
sponsor it and be done with it. Yeah, you can sponsor it. And then
District 2 is sponsored.
District 2 sponsored it, okay? You put it on the agenda for the next meeting, and
next meeting.
would that work?
That'll work.
We can put it on the agenda for the next meeting, okay?
Either that or you can vote on it today, either one, whatever the council
Well,
wants
you
to
want to bring
do.
it up?
Bring it up at the, bring
We'll
it up
put,
the last one.
need to suspend the rules.
Oh, do we do it now? We put it at
Do it now, or do it now?
You can do it right now.
Do it right now. Move to suspend the rules.
Are you going to motion to suspend the rules on this item?
Is that what we need to do this for?
You have to. Can you do this resolution like this, or you have to do our own resolution?
I think that we need to
I will
create our
adapt
own.
this to our format. The only thing I will change is I'll make a place for resolution number at the top and then add my preamble at the bottom. Is the only difference will be in what is.
Can we do this and then put it on the next
Either
agenda?
way, the council can, do whatever is the pleasure of the council now, or carry it over to the next meeting, or
I think
have it be
it's
new
kind of
business.
shock to us right now, but I think put it on the 5th, pass it, then it gets put.
Okay, do you want it to be old business or new business?
Be old business on that day.
Okay.
Okay? Good deal.
Hey, appreciate your time and thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck on the election next
Yeah.
week. Thank you.
All right. Okay, item number 1.
Mr. President, item 1, ordinance amending section 16-78, restrictions on transfer of license in the Code of Ordinances.
Okay, Mr. Mitchell?
Mr. President, we kind of discussed it about what we're seeing in these apartment complexes, transferring and selling of property. This gives us the ability to know within 5 days who's trying to transfer, buy, or trade any property in the city of Montgomery.
Okay. Need a motion?
Motion to adopt?
Motion to suspend the rules.
It's old, it's old.
Okay. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion carries.
The ordinance is adopted.
Item number 2.
Item 2, ordinance amending section 13-111 and section 13-112 and adopting the International Fire Code 2021 edition.
Okay, need a motion to suspend, to adopt?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Ordinance is adopted. Item 3, ordinance amending section 16-4, the Code of Ordinances, overcrowding of retail business establishments.
Need a motion to adopt? This is part of your fire code. Okay. Need a motion?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I need an explanation on this. We have someone from the fire department come up and talk about this.
They've increased the.
Tell me, what is this changing from what we already have?
There's nothing changed in this one. The only thing that changed was the updated IFC 2021 edition. That's the only thing that changed in that ordinance right there. Nothing else changed from the past ordinance.
Okay. All right, thank you for the explanation.
Need a motion?
Mr. President, move to adopt.
Have a motion to adopt, all in favor, raise your hand.
Mrs. Johnson, are you,
I'm not voting. No,
A,
ma'am, I just need.
are you abstaining or no? Ms. Johnson, are you abstaining? or
I'm
no?
abstaining, yes, ma'am.
Abstaining? 8 to 1, the ordinance carries.
Item number 4.
Hold on just a second. Item 4, ordinance amending section 13-8, fireworks of the Code of Ordinances.
Motion?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
Ms. Bellinger, I need the fire department again. Now, I had an incident where we talked about that you sent to me that we had over the 4th of July holidays. So I want to know how would this affect when it comes. I know we got to know you can't buy fireworks in the city of Montgomery, which don't mean too much because they pop them and do everything else. So how would this affect and what would be the punishment from this type of?
This is the same thing that we've had in the past. The only thing it updated was the 2021 edition of this. We passed it 3 or 4 months prior to describe the definition of fireworks because they was actually wanting to sell poppers, round devices and stuff. So we took care of that in the prior ordinance. PD usually enforces the fireworks side when 4th of July and all that takes place.
My issue is, I had an incident 4th of July where a resident had what we call a business stadium like fireworks show in his backyard. Yeah, I mean, it was off the chain. And we called MPD out and it came out, and so it was a big thing that came up right after that because of the enforcement of it. I know we don't buy them in the city of Montgomery. You know, it's outlawed, but we bring them in, but we got to have a bigger enforcement policy when it comes to those type things.
Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the fireworks ordinance itself, I think it's written this $500 fine, or they can actually be taken to jail. But
Up to 6 months.
if it's not a commercial show inside the city, like what we see at the Fiscal Stadium or whatever the case may be, it's definitely
It was
illegal.
business backyard.
Yeah,
So,
but yeah, that was definitely illegal, definitely.
okay, thank you. I think we know how to handle that. All right, thank you, sir.
Motion to adopt, any motion?
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
You had a question, Ed?
Unanimous. Ordinance is adopted.
Okay, number 5.
Ordinance amending section 14-143, permit and reporting requirement for storage of hazardous materials.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Ordinance is adopted. Item 6, resolution to obligate funding to Jackson Hospital to mitigate the negative impact of the pandemic.
Need the money. You need it, Jack.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I ask that we carry items 6 and 7 over, for 30 days. I got some questions on those things that we need to work on.
And if I could say, Mr. President, Mr. Pro Tem, when we talked about it in the work session, you know, we identified 3 organizations we wanted to look to fund. There was mention that there are some unaccounted or
Some funds that weren't allocated.
in the, so I guess just a try.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Mr.
if we need to do the 2 weeks so we can figure it out, but
It's been 30 days already, and we've been working on this for 2 years. I think we just need to vote on it, Mr. Pro Tem, Mr.
I'm
President.
ready to go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not supporting it.
Hospitals need the money.
Mr. Clay, did you bring something up in the work session? I missed the work session that we're working with on one of these situations. I don't know if we want to make it public, but $1 million that we're talking about giving to a hospital that's in trouble. I think the hospital's got what we call ARPA funds, just like the city of
They
Montgomery.
did.
And he did. So we still have some issues that we need to address, in my opinion, with some nonprofits that we're trying to, and that's why we talk about, you know, having audits from these nonprofits as they come before the city of Montgomery, make sure that everybody's doing what they say they're doing with the money that we have established with. I'm just not ready.
You ready to carry it over? Then you
Yeah, I'm ready to carry it.
All right. Carry it over 2 weeks? Or?
Yes, sir, I'm good with that, and I got some questions I want to get
Okay,
out.
carry it over 2 weeks, both of them.
Thank you, thank you.
2 weeks rather than 30 days.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, number 8.
And number 7 the same way.
Yeah, number 8 need to be carried over also.
No, Mr. President.
Yeah, it's not
I
ready.
say we pull, I thought we
Eight
pulled,
is
I
not
thought
ready.
I thought we pulled
May I
this
read
off.
it? May I read it, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you may.
Resolution to
You
obligate
want to pull it
funding.
off? I think it's,
Resolution to obligate funding to the River Region United Way to mitigate the negative impact of the pandemic.
Yeah, Mr. President, I thought we pulled this thing off because Susan, you know,
Yeah, we did.
we just wanted to make sure that Flatwood was getting that money and the way that we had set it up was not.
It was going to Community
Yes.
Foundation from my understanding.
Yeah.
Yes, and you can pull it off, and we can, you know, I think Terry talked to you about
She
that.
did.
There's no plan for this
Pull it.
as we stand here
Yes.
today. We've asked for one, and there's no plan.
Yes, ma'am. Pull it off.
Withdraw
Very
it.
good.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Withdraw it.
all right,
Okay.
number 9.
Application for restaurant retail liquor license doing business as Perennial, 1914 Mulberry Street.
Representative for Perennial here, please.
So I didn't have,
Is that your parking plan? Okay, thank you.
I made 10.
No, that's perfect.
Your name to the record, please.
Deanna Allegro.
Okay, Jenna. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item, please come forward at this time. Seeing none, if a public hearing's been held, it's proper for the council.
This is still old business.
Where is it?
Yeah, it's old business. We have discussed, thank you for the parking plan.
Yeah, I mean, I figure it'll kind of be a work in progress.
Sure, yeah, it's a work in progress. It is a very busy thoroughfare, Mulberry. I'm pro-business. I trust you for your judgment. However, I wanted to have it on record in case there was issues. The council has the ability to bring that up, especially with the license that you're going after right now, which, to my knowledge, there's not a license like this in that Mulberry district, right there on Mulberry. So this is the first. I just asked that
Shashi's isn't the same.
Shashi's does not have a retail liquor license to my knowledge because they're only open for breakfast and lunch. They might, but they
You can
have
get
their
a
own
mimosa.
parking. But they might, and they do. Okay, so thank you for that correction. But they have their own parking lot, and they also have that lot of the old burned down house behind it. so they have ample parking. So I'm going to make a motion that we approve the license. I just wanted to make sure that we had a parking plan in
Do
place.
you want me to spread the plan in the minutes?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
I
you.
can send it by email if it's easier too.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Have a motion to approve. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous, resolution is adopted.
Good luck with the business.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Item 10, application for retail beer and retail table wine off premises only, doing business as South Decatur Food Mart, 843 South Decatur
Representative
Street.
Gianni, please. Your name for the record, sir?
Robert Kumar Patel.
Okay, Patel. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item, please come forward.
This is still old business,
Oh,
Mr.
it's old business? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
It's going to be a
Council,
carryover, Mr. President.
You want to carry it over?
Yeah.
Okay. This
For
will
the
be carried
next-
over to the third, but to the fifth meeting, 5th of September, okay?
Yeah, looks like it.
Okay.
Item 11, resolution authorizing Mayor Reed to execute an agreement with AUDOT for the widening, relocation, and traffic signal installation on Wasden Road from Lamar Road to US 31.
Okay. Anybody got any questions about this item? I need a motion.
Motion to adopt.
Need a motion to
Suspend the
suspend the
rules.
rules?
Motion to
okay?
suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 12, resolution authorizing amendment to contract with Levitate Legal and Consulting LLC for an additional term not to exceed 12 months.
Okay?
Mr. President.
Yes, sir. We're gonna carry this over for 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
All right? Next item?
Item 13, resolution authorizing the City of Montgomery to enter the contracting stage for engineering sanitary sewer projects for specific communities as part of the waste disposal allocation of the Thrive Initiative.
Suspend the rules on this one.
Well, Mr. President, I think I missed it, I'm sorry. On number 12, we carried them over.
Yeah.
Number 12, carry that over, not suspend the rules on that one.
You got
Number
some questions on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 13, what do you want to do with this one? Go ahead and.
I'm good with that.
We got to move on this one. This is something got to be done.
Okay, motion to suspend the rules,
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 14,
Before, I have a question.
14 and 13.
12.
12, we just
When-
carried
when-
over.
I know, when they contract over? I was just wondering, when is that contract? In a month? Oh, okay, so we got it.
All right.
Item 14, application for a Rural Hall Event Center doing business as BG's Event Center, 3447 McGee Road, Unit 0.
Representative BG's Event Center, please. BG's Event Center. Anybody here? I see if I can get anybody. Well, that's,
They're coming.
are they coming up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Brittany Grant. There you are, over here. Okay, council, do we need a public hearing on this one?
No, sir.
We don't, it's just an event center.
Good afternoon, how y'all doing? Brittany had her two pulls, so my name is Larry Webb Senior. I'm gonna try to talk for her.
Okay. Council, this is in whose district now?
It's in mine.
Okay.
Mr. Larry, what's your plans with this location, and what's the location, where
Well,
exactly is this?
It's on McGee Road and McGee Shopping Center.
Okay.
Right behind the Super Southern Cafe.
Right behind it. And I wanna come look at this, because I know I just approved a event center there, probably about 2 months ago. So
Okay.
I'm gonna hold this up for 2 weeks. I wanna get with you guys, come out, look at, get your
Okay.
plans on what you're trying to do, and then we'll be ready to do this on September the 5th.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Carried over 2 weeks.
Actually, it's 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
We got an extra.
That's right, we got an extra
Tuesday.
week again. Okay, number,
Item 15, application for an alternative transportation service doing business as Anchor Transport, 5644 Bell Road.
Carolyn Pounds here, please, for this one. Carolyn Pounds. Council, Mr. Pounds, you got any questions, Ms. Pounds?
I don't have any questions.
Anybody got a question?
So just kind of tell us what are your plans, what you're doing for alternate transportation?
It's a non-emergency medical transport.
Speaking to
Put
the
the mic over where we can hear you.
It's a non-emergency medical transport. I'll be
Okay.
transporting patients to doctor's appointments, dialysis, or things of that sort.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Need a motion to suspend the rules?
Motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous?
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Good luck with your business.
Beat me to it. Good deal. I like it.
Item
Catchy.
16, application for restaurant retail liquor license doing business as Double Down Bistro at 3416 Atlanta Highway.
Representative Double Down. Bistro.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Portia Means.
Okay, Portia. This is a public hearing, I guess.
Yes.
This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, if the public hearing's been held, it's proper for the council. Need a motion to suspend.
Hold on.
Yeah, quick, where exactly is this located?
It is in the Forest Hill Shopping Center on Atlanta Highway.
Okay.
Oh, you're taking the old,
Old Sundown East.
yes, we talked.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I'm good. Yeah, it's gonna be a restaurant. She's just,
Is it
Okay.
a restaurant or event
it's a
center?
restaurant.
It's a restaurant.
It's gonna be a restaurant, and I
What
think
kind of
they
hours do
already
you
have
have?
it.
11 a.m. To 10 p.m. on weekdays, and then on weekends, 11 a.m. to midnight. We're going to tailor toward meet and 3 on weekdays, and on weekends, we're doing brunch and servicing the customers in the evening for evening dinners.
Do we have alcohol there?
It had alcohol there, but no, not at this moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. They asking for alcohol?
Come on, Brad.
Let's go, Brandon. Let's go do it. Suspend the rules.
It's yours.
All right, let's go.
District 2.
Let's go do it.
It's really, it's one.
Is it District 1?
I know.
No, sir, it's in District 2.
Is it District 2?
No, it's District 1.
Not on my street list, that's okay.
Well,
According to Ms. Blaylock.
Hey, Ms. Blaylock, got the rules.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
Okay, let's go. It doesn't matter.
Let's go.
Suspend the rules?
It's just a change of license, right? You buying the place?
Yes.
It's already had liquor license.
Yeah, because I remember going there having lunch.
Yeah, I know, I saw you there.
You got a bar.
Come on, let's
Okay,
let's go.
Let's make a decision.
Move to suspend the rules.
Have a motion to suspend the rules. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Unanimous.
Yep.
Resolution is
Good luck with your
adopted.
business.
Item 17, application for restaurant retail liquor license doing business as First Watch Restaurant, 1048 at 7224 East Chase Parkway.
Representative First Watch, please, come forward. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Your name for the record, sir?
Clifton Lewis.
Hi, Clifton. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, if that public hearing's been held, it's proper for the council. Need a motion?
Mr. President, move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Good luck with
Resolution is
business.
adopted.
Thank you.
Item 18, application for retail beer and retail table wine off premises only doing business as Z-Mart, 1100 Ann Street.
Representative Z-Mart on Ann Street, please come forward. Z-Mart on Ann Street. Your name for the record, sir?
Gawal Melwadi.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, if that public hearing's been held, it's proper for the council. Need a motion? Who's this?
I want to carry it over because I want to put some parameters on it. I know you've already had it, but I just we need to clean up a couple of things on that corner because we know that the clientele can get a little rowdy. So I want to talk to you just so we can get some things in place before we extend it, okay?
Okay.
So we'll carry it over to the next meeting.
Okay. September 5th.
And I still have your number, right? Okay, I'll call you.
All right. Number 19.
Application for retail beer and retail table wine off premises only doing business as Metro Petro, 2905 Warwick Tucker Road.
All right. Representative of the Metro Petro. Yes, sir, your name?
Jack Patel.
Okay, Jack. This is a public hearing. Would you like to speak against this item, please come forward. Okay. Got some opposition here, I see. Or somebody. You want to step aside and let the lady speak, please? Your name?
Aisha Brooks. I have some packets if y'all don't mind.
Okay.
Ms. Brooks, if you'll put a microphone.
My bad. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Got one more. My name is Aisha Brooks, and I'm the Vice President of Chisholm Improvement Association. Did y'all want me to go ahead and start?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, I want to thank the President Pro Tem and Council, Mayor Stephen Reed and staff for everything you do in the City of Montgomery. I'm Aisha Brooks, as I say, I'm the Vice President of Chisholm Improvement Association, and right now we're giving you packets from the Chisholm Improvement Association as well as the North Montgomery Neighborhood Alliance, Brookview Neighborhood Association, in opposition of this item. And also we have a list of establishments that sell beer and wine on this exact street. I want to read part of the letter. I know I only have 3 minutes, so I'm going to read part of the letter from the Neighborhood Association. Chisholm Improvement Association and its constituents are here to petition the council to vote no regarding a request for license to open another establishment that sells alcohol in our community. Included in this packet are the names and addresses of current establishments that sell beer and wine. The community is already inundated with stores, service stations, and package stores that supply more than enough alcohol for this small neighborhood. Also, additionally, I did do a little research, and there are at least 8 establishments on this street that already sell beer and wine, and 7 of those are within 2-minute walking distance, 2 to 10 minute walking distance. We also have within walking distance, literally like within 5 minutes, we have the Boys and Girls Club, we have a daycare, a fire station, a middle school bus stop, and also in driving distance, within 5 minutes driving distance, we have the Montgomery Zoo, Chisholm Community Center, Chisholm Elementary, and the Metro League Ballpark, which that park just got a new playground thanks to Councillor Johnson. And it just doesn't, we take the position that there are enough places to buy beer and wine as it is on this exact street within walking distance.
Okay. All right. You other two, the same, y'all represent the Chisholm people? Yeah. All you part of the Chisholm? Everybody together? Yes, ma'am. Speak.
I'll say I'm the president of Brookview Neighborhood Association, and I'm a representative of the North Montgomery Neighborhood Alliance.
Okay.
We've spoken before you guys before as far as our area being saturated with places selling liquor and wine, and we feel like we have enough, and we don't need any more of these types of locations in our area. And we appreciate you taking all our communities into consideration.
Very good.
Thank you.
I need her name
Yes,
for the
ma'am.
record.
You want to speak also?
I need her name for the record.
Yes, ma'am. Your name for the record, ma'am. When you just spoke, give me your name, please.
My name is Katrina Faison. I'm the president of the Brookview Neighborhood Association.
Very good. Did you want to speak, ma'am? Everybody done?
She's with Chisholm. So
Okay, that's good. Chisholm's already spoken. That's great.
My name is Janetta Rogers, and I just wanted to say we also have churches that are not too far from where they want to open their liquor store.
Okay,
and that's
very
all.
good. I declare the public hearing's been held. It's proper for the council.
You need to hear from the owner.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Now, yes, sir, the
Patel,
owner,
you
Mr.
wanna
Patel,
say anything?
tell us what you want.
Yes, I would to just know, like, we didn't apply first thing the liquor store. We just applied the beer and wine on that area. And I'm trying to putting the convenience store, like the gas station up there, trying to put $1.5 million investment in that area with the food and everything, which is, I see in the Lower Batunka Road, there is no food around over there. We're not trying to put only the beer and wine. I'm trying to put the American Daily program up there, which is very nice program. I'm on the All American Daily pretty much in Montgomery area, and invest over $1 million up there.
$4 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, good investment.
Mr. President,
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so we want your investment in District 3 and on Lower Wetumpka Road. We would love an American Deli, but we would not love any more alcohol. And we don't need it for American Deli to be successful in that area because we do need food. And we have a plan to move District 3 forward, and it does not include on Lower Wetumpka Road any more beer and wine. But I would love to get with you on how we can assist you with American Deli.
Not even the convenience store, like the gas station, we put the 2 pumps over there.
Yeah, we have several. We have one that's gonna open not even 4 buildings down, right next door. No, that's not his. He said he owns most of the American delis, but I would like to go ahead.
Is this a new business? or
Yes,
is
he'll
this
be opening up a
okay.
new building.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So again, we can converse, and see what the way forward would be for a restaurant or American Deli. But at this time, I'd like to go ahead and make a vote.
Mr. President, before we speak, Mr. President, Ms. Johnson, I understand, and I hear what the community is saying, but I think when you talk about a business standpoint, I'm gonna support your wishes, but when you talk about a business coming into a community to compete, if his competitors are gonna be able to sell beer and wine, and he can't compete.
He ain't competing with, he said American Deli, he not competing with
No,
these.
I mean, shopping center chains.
Yeah.
I mean, American Deli or either the crispy crunchy food, there is no food around with the C store because I see only the one beer and wine store under the used to be the Dollar General over there, but that building, I can see directly that building supposed to be closed down very sooner.
We're opening up one right across from the gas station.
Next building used to be the Dollar General, and that's the only one spot it's open. These people like bagging and a lot of stuff over there, and I'm trying to make it very nice, that property, make sure the clean and everything. So, that thing looks very good, and I own the other store, which is Mr. Michael know me very well. So,
I understand that, yeah, they're doing a good job of putting big bucks into these facilities. So.
I support American Deli, but I don't support beer and wine.
You gotta have beer and wine.
The American Deli don't sell beer and wine.
But I don't think he's talking about American Deli, I think he's asking about the convenience store that he's trying to put in.
We can look at the concept that's right on High Street. He got a food spot. We did the same thing. We declined it. We just denied Dollar General right on the south side. We gonna deny the beer and wine today, and we can move forward with food in the future, and I will be of much support with you.
How long ago did
That
you
was
start
due
on
to
this
safety.
project?
Okay, I need a motion to.
I got a question. How long ago did you start on this project?
that store, we bought the building like almost 2 years before, and then I hired my contractors to putting the couple pumps outside, making the nice imaging, new parking and everything, which is almost like over $1 million spending the money on that neighborhood I'm doing,
So the building that was there was already selling beer and wine?
No, it used to be the Metro PCS building, like the phone store or something.
A cell phone store, the church is chicken?
Yeah.
Because I remember, I think,
And
talking to you
I don't
before
see-
they changed the district lines.
No, he was always in my district. and
Okay.
Like
this was
churchy
the-
chicken and everything is closed down over there. It's nothing really nice food up there, I checked the survey everywhere and they're telling me they need a nice food franchisee up there.
So we got my community right here, and they've asked, and I'm gonna answer. I'd like to suspend the rules.
I want to suspend the rules. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Deny.
Motion to
A
deny.
motion to deny.
All in favor, raise your hand.
I'll keep them up for just a second.
Mhm.
5.
No.
All opposed, same sign. Five, four.
I'm missing 2's vote.
He's abstaining.
You're abstaining.
Abstain.
I'm confused, because
5, 3, and 0.
The motion to deny carries.
All right, motion carries. Motion denied. Business denied.
Thank you.
Item 20, application for a special events retail liquor license doing business as Adrian's Bar, 300 Water Street.
Okay, representative of the Asian Bar, Wall Street, yes. Your name for the record, sir?
Yes, my name's Derry Edwards.
Okay. This is a public hearing, and would like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, that public hearing has been held, as properly council, need a motion? Who's in District 3?
Move to suspend the rules.
I need a motion to suspend the rules, all in favor, raise your hand.
Yes.
Move to adopt.
Unanimous.
All in favor, raise your hand. Adopt.
Unanimous.
Okay,
Resolution
good.
is
Okay.
adopted.
Good luck with the minutes, please.
Item 21, resolution assessing the cost of abatement of unsafe structures on various lots.
Need a motion to suspend the rules and rest of the agenda.
So move.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion on 20.
Mr. President, 21. Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. 22, pursuant to Section 1153B1 Code of Alabama, authorization of demolition of unsafe structures at the listed locations.
I need
Move to adopt.
adopt that. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. 23, resolution declaring, authorizing, and assessing cost of abatement of public nuisances on various lots.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Move to adopt.
Thank you, Ms. Kellen. Unanimous.
All right. Okay, we got, what do we got here? Kirk, got some,
Well, first,
funds?
we need to present to you the 2024 transportation plan. Mr. Conway asked, this just has to be reported to the council and spread
Okay.
in the minutes, and then we'll post it on the books.
so you got that in there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So council doesn't need to do that. Mr. Mitchell, you want to do your ordinance at this point?
Oh, yes.
Ordinance amending section 18-175 prohibited acts in the noise ordinance.
It's in your, I handed it out to you. Okay, that'll be in the menu now, in there, okay. You carry it over next.
We discussed, Mr. President, I would like to carry it over to, in 3 weeks, right, Ms. Blair?
September the 5th.
Yes, ma'am,
Fifth meeting.
because I believe it's gonna pass in 3 weeks by the grade.
Okay.
Yeah, that ain't gonna pass.
All right.
And
Carry that
lastly,
over
I
to the end of
have
summer.
contingency funds that I have put before you. 2 of them have been approved by Mayor, and Mayor, there's some that have been added. For District 7, $1,000 to Lanier PTSA, $5,000 to King's Canvas, $2,500 to MPS for Carver High School Culinary Arts Department. District 8, $1,000 to Quiet Storm Outreach. And Mayor, for District 1, $500 to Midtown YMCA. And for District 3, $1,250 to Project Perseverance Incorporated, and they are vendors.
Okay, anybody got anything?
These are last minute. Can I do, according to Audrey's demands, 2,500 to the City Boys Program?
To the what?
That's, what's it called, the City Boys Program? LDG?
They're LDG, right?
I've given them some funding
The
before.
ones
Brenda.
that presented
Yeah,
during
the
the work
ones who
session.
came up and
Yeah.
presented.
The young man.
Then you,
Heavy Hearts, Heavy Hearts.
Oh,
yeah,
Heavy
that's what
Heart,
it's called.
okay.
Yeah.
And,
I sent you one that LDG, just changed it to Heavy Hearts too.
Yeah.
and 1,000 of that MAP program with Ken Austin?
Who, what program?
Mercy House.
Mercy, yeah.
Mercy House.
Well, that's what he puts in his brochure. I'm just going with what's in writing.
Okay.
His Audrey
Anybody
told
else?
me to do it, that's what-
Yeah, Ms. Blaylock, I give $1,000 to the same group Brantley did, the first gentleman,
Heavy
The-
Hearts,
Heavy Hearts.
okay. Is that
Okay.
it?
Anybody else? Need a motion to adopt this?
Motion adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Okay. Okay. To address this, the council sending Reginald Lilly. Reginald Lilly.
He's out.
I don't see him. Avis Lewis.